For practice self-check 14.17, which is stackQueueMystery2, we're going to write the output produced when the following method is passed each of our queues. Recall that stacks and queues print in an ABC format from bottom to front or from top to back. So pay attention to this method, because when we do the exercises, we're going to have to code some stuff like this. We're passing in a queue, it's type integer. We have our name queue here. We're creating a stack inside of here. It's type integer called S, and it's just of a new stack. Now remember, queues, when we use queues, we have to set it equal to a new or a linked list. This one we're setting it to a new stacked. Inside of here, we are getting the variable of our queue size. We're storing inside of size. So we're taking the size of our queue, putting it inside of here, and we're going to run a for loop the entire half length of this queue, right? The entire length of size. And then we're just going to print out Q and S once our for loop is out. So we'll see what that's about in a second. Let's go inside of our for loop. If you look at the header, it's just I is equal to 0, I is less than size, and I plus plus. So we have a new variable called n, and it's equal to q.remove. So we are removing from our queue, and we're storing that value in n. Now we're saying if n would be this one right here. So if 1, for example, modulus 2 is equal to 0, we're going to push into our stack n. Otherwise, we're going to add to our queue n. So 1 modulus 2, it's a remainder of 1. So it's not equal to 0, so we're going to add it back to our queue. So our queue should be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. And I'll just have this as a barrier for our stack. Our stack is currently empty. Our stack is going to have 2. It's going to push a 2 in. That is because this is an even number. So we're going to do this push here. This is removed though, so we no longer have a 2. We're going to do the same thing. We remove, put in our 3 because it's odd. Same thing we are going to do for our 4. And then we're going to remove this. We're going to pass in a 5. And lastly, our 6 is going to go here because it's even, right? So you have a print line, and we're going to print out our queue. So print out the entire queue 1 through 5. We are going to then have a space for our stack. So then our stack 2, 4, 6 should be printed out. So I believe it'll be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all in these brackets like that. So I guess you could put brackets here and should have commas separating them. So that's going to pass 1 out of 3 tests. If we just do the other ones quickly, remember the odd ones stay in our queue and the even ones get pushed to our stack. That's a very rough explanation of it. So we're going to have a -3. We're going to have, and let's do the brackets for this one. We'll have -3, 15, we'll have 9, and 71 here. And then our stack, right, we are going to have it might be a 71 with a bracket like this, space, bracket, and then our stack should be the even ones. So that'll be like 42 and 4. So let's submit that. That passes 2 out of 3 tests. I believe that's the correct way that this would print out. So let's keep going. Remember, odd ones stay, even ones go to our stack. So odd, we just have a 3 here. So we'll have a 3, and the rest is just going to be 30, 20, 10, 60, and then 50, 40, and then 0. Submitting. That is passing 3 out of 3 tests. That's how we would write the output for this following method, and that's how we would do this self-check 14.17.